Alright, what is up, Scorpio? Here's your powerful, potent message for March 2026. You see this as your cheat code or a little helpful message. Yes, yes, yes. So what are we feeling? Forgive me. Yeah. So it seems like that card I showed you, for the first card I just showed you, it's like a freestyle card. Space to actually be able to, do what you will, but the right choice will be obvious, I guess. I guess there's a good thing about being on this level. It's where even life makes it obvious. Let's get to the reading. Present energy. Here's your challenge. I drew this right next to it, so I can definitely attest to this challenge. So what is the... So yeah. That means the detail number 1. I can see this making a lot of sense. The good news is you take a risk, or you're able to face with the emotions. You'll know the difference between stepping in a different path, or what you're already over mastered and aware, and doesn't need your attention somehow. Nice. So here's the outcome. Best outcome. Right, back-to-back counterparts. Yeah, it's going back to it's funny. So now this is making so much more sense. We're getting so good at this in a healthy way. I noticed you give space for their reality. Things work out better. But it means it's like ignoring yourself or letting what you feel subside. So I guess people learn this early on easily. It's funny. comes with time, I guess. And all this activity's been coming from me just being in the environment, being useful, being alive, because you'll be in the environment if you're alive, right? You're involved in your day-to-day, wherever you're at, and as best you could be. So this obviously is the not being involved and more in yourself. And that's what makes more sense. So then, Aquarius is the present energy. Of course. That is a collective sign. Oh yeah, I read a quote a while back. It might have been for January, I want to say December. Specifically for Scorpios, but it was supposed to be read for all signs, like, well, no. It was for specifically Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces. They have to have some collective world involvement. If the energy is too directed to the self, then things get squirrely. Yeah. So let's just see what February was saying for you to see if you did it. Let's see. Stand tall with no excuses and stick to your slow, consistent pace. This equals trust. Trust in new territory. With what old expectations or old experiences are you releasing? Wow, that was a question. What old expectations or old experiences are you releasing? Well, I actually answered it. I wrote, what I'm releasing is that I should take everything personally, that I need to make sense of everything. I'm releasing that. Yes. Wow. I think Sage's message might be good. Don't search for answers. Let yourself learn. Let understanding find you. Trust equals presence. Learning equals giving your environment a chance. Don't feel betrayed. Be an amateur. Oh yeah. I'm doing that pretty well. And I can definitely attest to that, I've been trying my best to find reasons and ways to feel like I'm not an amateur. And that's when I had the most fun, doing a lot of things, just learning how to get better, learning what other people are doing, and then being able to create, be involved and count as a creator, as a participant, So, Scorpios, it seems like then it even makes more sense. Aquarius, the star being the present energy, must be a clue. And so, that came out as well. Interesting. I guess that's all I'll say. It's so simple. So, what did that... Well, that's it. They're the messages, Scorpio. Essentially, yeah. Giving the environment a chance is a big key, it seems like. I'm so glad I wrote these down for last month and they apply especially for you this month. It's like I already have your messages. I've already stated this, but that's pretty good. What I'm giving y'all is very helpful, very powerful information. It's simple words that work like cheat codes that somehow give you ways to see how you can upgrade your mentality, your belief about yourself. These subtle words seem to unlock your clarity about how you see yourself, which is so much work it does, and they're just not that much. Yet it's so much work it's doing just to feel these specific ways at these specific times. It's like hitting those steps in one of those Dance Revolution games, when you got to hit the right note, or Guitar Hero or something like that. You just hit the right note at the right time, the right answer. It's beautiful. That whole reading was just talking about not being caught up emotionally when things are being. So that's why not feeling betrayed and giving your environment a chance is so big. It's perfect. Yeah. So, my messages are so good. I may not even have to write anything down for this one. I know it's probably helpful to do that. It just comes back to what I said. It was some things I'm finding out, new level of information. There's some levels you can't be aware so there's going to be a new test with these videos now. It's like I'm going to make it so clear what quote would be good enough to even say. I think me explaining this process enough, I have a pretty clear understanding of what the message is about. This card is everything. What I read from Sag is everything. Now this can work if I keep it with me 2 to 3 months straight. Like the next month's message, let's test it out. Next month, which is March, so that would mean Capricorn's message would then be yours. My bad. April. So if March is Sag's February message, then April will be Capricorn's February message, because it goes down it goes up when you go farther down. Either way, I know it makes sense. I've tested it. So Capricorn's message is: don't force enthusiasm. Don't be mad because you don't have the feelings to act on them. Be attentive to your environment. Honor your feelings, except you don't have anything you want to invest in emotionally. Yeah. So you can trust your environment, yet except you don't have anything you want to invest in emotionally. That would be very powerful ways, because I did this subconsciously growing up. But now I'm consciously having to do this and understand, to stay involved when it feels cringy as hell. Oh my God. But now I see the difference. You know, you want to be a person, not a perfected, you know, what personality. You just want to be a person. You know, do you have to be a personality? You know. So I want to say so much more. And I think it's a two-way street to accept yourself and somehow find space to be open to others, other situations, others. You know, okay, I do have time available to do this. I actually don't have any obligation, so I can, be involved. And hmm. So again, if only I had these two understandings. You know, people talk about the perfect time doesn't exist. Mm. Trying to find new ways to make us not want to take time and hurry up and give them the gems. I see myself like, man, got to see myself higher. I usually assume I'm not skilled enough to be around people, not human enough. The idea is I just need more time. So, and what would help the most is giving your environment a chance, not feeling betrayed, embracing being an amateur, and accept that you don't have anything you want to invest in emotionally. But be attentive to your environment, but don't force enthusiasm. So don't be mad because you don't have feelings to act on them. You don't have the feelings to act on them. Powerful things. It's like literally accepting your feelings. But it's helping you get to embracing other people's feelings when you accept. Because when I say those words, at first I did feel like, okay, I'm just not caring, so it makes it easier to be involved. What I really believe is I'm not caring, and now I have this space open because I'm empty. I'm present, I'm here for the ride. Where was all this at? The perfect time does exist. Trust me. Of all people, you know, anyone skilled. I mean, the perfect time is when you finally get thing. Figure out the thing. It's always perfect. Whenever you get something you want, or want it to accomplish, it's the best feeling. Perfect is what you get what you want, accomplish something difficult. You know, it's like the opposite of breaking a rock. You expand a new layer of yourself, a new layer of appreciation through doing something amazing, revealing something to yourself through accepting, you know, being an amateur, and not having any fuss about it. That's it. I've been talking for so long, and Video should have been over minutes ago. I don't think I'm gonna start leaving knowable quotes because, in fact, the quotes are gonna be just less and less. It's gonna be like clear ways to see. So maybe even no quote. We gotta keep up with this. If it's important, it'll be brought back to your attention. So I'm trying to figure out ways about my tics, my habits, my emotional tics and stuff. Clues about how to solve it, how to catch it, and incorporate it in a healthier way. For example, find that I feel nervous about taking my time. You know, it's a superpower now. Like, it's weird, the perfect time to own your feelings when you see them as a helpful stage, a helpful next step to your day, to this adventure. And sometimes the next step is not doing anything, which is crazy. Or not, you know, doing what you don't feel. It's almost like, hey, I need the signature, I need to get the call to okay this action, to okay this order, if it ain't coming on high, if it ain't coming from this place, nothing's gonna be. But when it does, it's amazing. Mm-mm-mm. Some things are just so amazing. It actually makes you want to wake up. Look forward to making sense. Sometimes I remember, when did it turn into an amazing journey? Making sense. Damn. I never would go like, damn, I didn't make sense of it. I didn't. Fuck. Better luck next time. Mm. All right, here, what am I even trying to say? I believe the perfect timing is like all this effort. And I'm just taking it one day at a time, though. That's the beautiful part of it. Like just being present for each second. You know. Okay, that's it. Oh my God.